Welcome everybody to this 60 minutes of Yin and meditation. I want to dedicate this practice to grieving. I know I have been trying to go back to the regular theme of practices, but I do want to honor those of us who are still and who will forever be grieving. I want to honor those of you who are going through the process of grieving. And one way that I feel it's my duty to honor that is to acknowledge, to create a space and allow you to feel what you need to feel. Because you don't have to feel okay or happy or fine all the time. Sometimes we just want to let everything out and kind of let go of that knot that you might feel in your throat, whether because you are not able to properly have yet find a way to express your pain, or you just simply need a moment to feel the pain and let yourself cry or let yourself feel whatever you feel. So for today's practice, I wanna give this gift to those of you who are grieving, and I want to make this a very special class. So what you're hearing in the background, hopefully you can hear, is sound healing. And I want to create a Yin-Restorative practice today. And we're gonna do the meditation on our backs, laying down. I want this practice to feel so relaxed, so regenerative, that you are allow yourself to really let go of all that tension and pressure of how and when you should be grieving, and instead actually grieve. So if at any point during this practice you feel like you want to cry, if at any point you want to write something, if you want to have a notebook, a pen nearby, because sometimes when we kind of enter into this type of practices, you might feel that you want to write down some stuff. And so it's completely okay if you want to have a notebook that you want to write on it. For this practice, if you have props, if you don't have props, doesn't matter. You want to make sure you feel comfortable. So wear comfortable clothes. If you have blocks, have them nearby. If you have blankets, cushions, towels, straps, bolsters, pillows, anything, I'm going to give you a moment for you to grab them. And we are going to meet on our mat. So I'm going to give you a couple moments so you can gather things if you want to have things to help you to feel more relaxed. And we're going to start in child's pose, and we're going to go restorative child's pose. So I'll see you when at the end of the practice. I'll be back here, but I'm going to step on my yoga mat now, and let's just start this wonderful practice, creating a space for grieving. So, blocks, blankets, and a bolster. We're going to come into our child's pose, and I like to call this supported child's pose. And I'm going to give you a couple of options that you can have here for child's pose. Grab one of your blankets and roll it in a way that you can place behind your knees. Keep the other one nearby. If you have a pillow or a mini bolster or a bolster, just place it in the center of the mat. And then you're going to come and open your knees as well as your mat. Roll the bolster in between the inner thighs. And if you want to have that extra support, you can either roll or open the blanket. There is no wrong or right way. Just follow your instincts. You can put that blanket underneath your knees or behind the knees, whichever of the two feels best. And if you want to have another one under your feet, just make sure you feel absolutely relaxed. So you can place the top of your feet on top of the blanket and one blanket behind the knees. So we are just pampering ourselves to feel supported. And then from here, we're just going to simply drop ourselves on top of that bolster. You can bring your gaze to the right, you can bring your gaze to the left, or you can just simply press your forehead into your pillow or whatever you have. But I'm going to say bolster because that's what I have. But it could be anything that you are able to find. Adjust your blankets, just make yourself absolutely comfortable here. And just give yourself a moment to arrive to the practice. Close your eyes. And give yourself a moment there as you settle in to just feel the body first. Have my clock here to keep an eye on the time, but make sure you feel absolutely relaxed and comfortable. Your hands can go in any way that feels supported. Close your eyes and let the weight of your pelvis drop back down into the heels. Just let the weight of your chest rest on your shoulder. And as you take a moment to arrive to your body, try to soften any tension or resistance you might feel in the body. Whether it's on the top of your feet, the inner thighs, the shoulders, your hands, and even your face. Just kind of relax as much as you can as you feel the support of the blanket on your knees, on your feet, on the chest, on the bolster. And just notice your breath. Notice that gentle inhale and gentle exhale through the nose. And just allow the breath to go on its own flow. Just notice what feels like to be in your body, breathing right this moment. Give yourself permission to feel your grief. Where do you feel it the most, and how does that feel in the body? As you sit with your grief, you're honoring your feelings as you allow yourself to have a safe space to process your emotions. Sometimes we resist to feel something. Give yourself permission to just feel it as you let go of tension in the body. As energetic beings, we absorb tension through experience and emotions. So losing someone you love is something very tragic, and so you need to understand with kindness that it's a tough time to process the loss. Feel free to move your head now to the left. Just make sure it feels comfortable. And just stay there for a couple more breaths before we transition into the next pose. And then just slowly lift yourself up. And we're gonna keep the pillow, we're gonna keep the bolster. And we're gonna we're gonna lay down on the left side first. So you can remove the blanket behind your knees, sitting on the left side of your hips. And we're gonna roll that bolster so close to the hips that then you can lay down the left side of the torso, extending the left arm. So your left arm is gonna stay there as a pillow on your head. And if you wanna cover yourself with the blanket here, you can do that. You can rest your right hand on the floor, on your hips, above the head. I want you to notice and feel, explore which of the options feels best. Close your eyes. And I want you to feel the support that the bolster and the floor is providing to your body. Feel free to move in any way that helps you to connect more with how it feels to relax in your body. Bring your awareness to your breath and notice every breath in through the nose and every breath out through the nose. Try to stay as present as you notice your breath. It's going to help you to gain perspective of the present moment. Give your mind a break from thinking. One of the things that I've noticed personally is that grieving requires a lot of energy. So if you feel tired, if your mind feels foggy, it's all natural. So allow this practice to help you find a source of recharge. And one way to do that is to bring our attention to our breath. One breath at a time. Letting your physical body and your nerve system to find a moment here to feel safe. It's sitting here feeling the discomfort of your pain and yet choosing to kindly be compassionate with yourself. See if you can come back into feeling your own existence for a moment. And just notice when your mind wanders. I want this practice to embrace all the emotions that perhaps you have been pushing down or ignoring. Just allow yourself to feel your pain in a safely manner with a lot of compassion. 2 more rounds of breath here. And then with your right hand, gently press into the ground to help you come all the way up into your seated. And we're just going to do exactly that on the other side. So you're welcome to just rotate your knees to the other side. I want to continue give you my front, so I'm going to move myself to the other side of my mat so I can move the bolster on the other side. Once you are sitting on the right side, once again, make sure that bolster is pressing into that right hip. Reach your right arm up and then lay down on the side, moving the body and adjusting your body in any way that feels comfortable. Close your eyes and feel the weight of your spine on the side, resting on the bolster, and you're feeling completely supported here. You're being supported all the way. There's no effort on your end. Place your hands anywhere that feels right. And once again, we're attempting to try to bring our awareness, our focus into the present moment by noticing every breath in and every breath out. If you feel ready to bring some happy memories of your loved one, this moment in the practice, I want you to focus more on the feeling of happy moments with them, remembering the good times with them. Because at the end of the day, that's how we hoped to continue our relationship with them. And now all we have is just those memories. That becomes a deep treasure. So if you have any good memories, funny memories, happy memories, anything that makes you feel good, bring those memories into this moment in the practice without attaching too much to the fact that they are not here, but more into how you felt in that moment with them. And let that memory feel like a warmth bath of love and compassion. Because I feel like as long as you remember them with kindness and love and keep them alive in your memories, we have to learn to live with that. It's a new way of interactions, a new relationship. And it's not our typical physical presence, it's more memories and energies and prayers and spirit. So it helps to think that perhaps they have changed form from this physical body into a more energetic one, where they become part of everything, including your nice memories. I'm going to stay here for just a couple more breaths. Continue softening and relaxing your body. And then slowly you're going to press your palm and come all the way up to seated standing here. Now, what I want you to do is, let me show you what we're going to do. If you have props, great. And if you don't have props, by all means, be creative with what we're going to do next. I'm going to put one block high and one block middle. And we're going to place our bolsters right on top of it. So the base, the bottom of the bolster touches the floor. And maybe the one at the bottom comes a little shorter. That's it. So this is what I want us to do. So you feel support in here, right? And then once you have that set up, you come into the edge of the floor and you come here and sit. This might not be the best. You got it right there. And you can cross your legs in here. You can bring your heels to touch in Baddha Konasana. And your hands can be resting on the legs. The hands can be reaching above the head. Maybe your legs, are you keeping the knees bent, resting against each other? I want to give yourself permission to intuitively adjust yourself. So you can place a lot of pillows. Just try to stay high so you're a little bit awakened. And once you find your comfortable position there, we're going to just simply close our eyes and once again tapping into our breath. Just letting the breath to be our anchor into the present moment. I'm not sure what to do with my arms yet, and if that's your case too, that's completely fine. Just continue moving until you find yourself in a position that feels that that's the right one for you right now. And as you breathe and settle your body into this new pose, come back to how you feel in your body. Where do you feel your sadness? And how can you perhaps start engaging your exhales as you visualize the breath moving into that area of the body where you feel the pain or that sadness of your grief. Just let the music also help you vibrate into a more balanced state energetically. Feel free to turn up the volume to listen. And I will add the playlist of this class into the video description once I add it into the class on demand. Come back to the breath over and over. And if you need to move your hands, your feet, your legs in any way, feel free to move. open in our heart, which is what we're doing right now, might feel too vulnerable, too uncomfortable. So allow your heart to continue to open and keep that good memories as a sign of your unconditional love for your loved one. Notice if there is any tension that you're holding on without even noticing. And use your breath to help you release that tension a little bit more. If your knees are separated in Baddha Konasana, take your slow time to bring the knees together for counteraction. Stay with your breath, one inhale and one exhale at a time. So a couple more breaths. And then very slowly close your arms if they are open, close your knees if they are open. And then if your eyes are closed, gently open them. And just roll it to one side so you can just come all the way up. And we're going to go into our next pose. So for the next round, we are not going to need anymore the pillow or the bolster. So I'm just going to remove this one from my practice. You can keep the blocks nearby just in case you still want to feel supported. And the blankets, they're nice to have always nearby. From the center of your mat, bring yourself into Baddha Konasana again. Keep your right leg exactly as it is. Close your left knee all the way up towards the ceiling. And now bring that left knee to point the arch of your right foot. And then open that left foot away from your body. Open the right foot away from your body. So your both feet are away from your body with the knees bent. You're sitting on the right hip and the left hip is slightly lifted up. You want to rotate the hands all the way to the right, and you're going to drop yourself forward down into your forearms over your right leg. And relax the shoulders and drop here. Close your eyes as we tap now into the hips. If you want to have some blocks to support your forehead in here, that's one option that you can do. Okay, so give yourself a moment to adjust and find your comfortable way to feel relaxed on the body. Reconnect to the breath over and over. Let go of tension in the neck, let go of tension in the shoulder. Allow your hips to feel heavy, allow your legs to feel heavy. How are you feeling? Just answer that question with a lot of brutal honesty. And whatever the answer it is, feel compassion and know that these too should pass. And the intensity of whatever you are feeling, with time, it might soften. But for now, it is what it is. Embrace it, hug it, cry it out, and train it. If you're resting your head on a block, maybe you're pressing through the forehead or the space between the eyebrows. That is your third eye chakra, your chakra of intuition. So if you're feeling a sense of loss and need, the crave for clarity, bring your awareness and your breath into the center of the forehead and ask for clarity as you navigate this painful transition in your life. And know that you always will be guided for your inner wisdom and inner strength. Just a couple more breaths here. And gently press to come all the way up. And we're gonna do that on the other direction. So exactly where your legs are right now, you're gonna lift the knees all the way up and move them to the opposite side. Of course, you can adjust if you wanna be in the center of the mat, if you wanna bring some blankets to make yourself comfortable. Remember, this is your practice. This is a feel-good practice when you are not feeling so good in your body. So once again, we're sitting on the left hip. Your left foot is towards the right. Your right hip is lifted. And both feet are away from the midsection of your body. And you're gonna continue rotating yourself. I'm gonna place myself like this. Feels a little bit better. You're going to continue to rotate yourself now to fall over your left hip. And if you have that block, bring it over with you. And just let everything drop here. Come back to your breath. Close your eyes and become present. One inhale and exhale out the time. Continue relaxing, shoulders, face, neck, even your hips, your belly. With every exhale, let go, let go, let go of that pain a little bit more. Just keep breathing. Just be kind to yourself. Continue softening. Continue becoming fully present, one breath at a time. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly lift yourself, come all the way up. Take your time. Start to embrace that relaxation, present, grounding energy in the body. Now we're going to go into a Squamalasana. So for this version, if you have a block or anything that you can sit a little taller, whether it's a cushion, trash can, something that you can feel, even a bunch of books will help if you kind of bring them like a castle. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna give you my side. I'm gonna sit on my block and I'm gonna open my feet as wide as the mat and open the knees wide. And I'm just going to drop my head down and walk the hands forward. So what I'm doing here is I'm stretching the entire spine. We're stretching a little bit the inside of the legs and the hips. And we're also closing the chest, right? When we feel sad or we feel tired or unsafe, we want to roll into that fetal position. So this is creating space for you to feel your grief. So when you feel ready, go ahead. And just let everything drop. Drop the chin into the chest. Let the head feel heavy. Let the arms feel heavy. Give yourself opportunity to finally create a space for you to just feel whatever it is that is going on. Try to open the toes out in the same direction of your knees. Make sure you feel comfortable when you're seated, and then let the spine get heavy in between your legs. Close your eyes and just breathe. And just to clarify that, I've been referring grief as you lose someone, but there is different types of grief, right? There is grief of the end of a relationship, the end of a work relationship, moving into a new town, leaving friends behind, moving into another country, the death of your pet, the death of a friend. So many things that we are going to lose as we live life. It's a natural part of life. And it's important for us to understand how to manage, deal with, help to process those emotions. Two more breaths here. Press your feet, press your hands, slowly lift the head, slowly lift the chest. Give yourself a moment here, rest your forearms on your knees. Just kind of give your spine a moment here to come back into a more straight up position. And what we're going to do now, we're going to use our blankets to help us transition into our final relaxation shavasana. Take your time to remove the block underneath you and sit back on your mat. And we're going to go into a variation of shavasana just to help us continue opening the heart. So whether you have a blanket, whether you have a towel, just make sure what we're going to do, we're going to roll it in such a way that looks kind of like this. Place it on the side of your mat, and we're going to place that right behind the chest. So you can rest on top of it. So the heart's a little open, your head is gonna lay down on the floor, your arms probably are going overhead. You can keep your knees bent, resting the knees into each other. If it feels too intense for the lower back, feel free to bring that blanket a little bit lower to support the midsection of the back, okay? You can keep the legs extended. You can reach the arms once again above the head. Whatever feels the best choice for you. We're going to stay here for a while before we go into Shavasana. Make sure you feel relaxed in your body so then you can relax your breath and therefore relax your mind. And as you lay here, I want you to bring your awareness into your heart center in your chest. And even you might feel broken or sad, I want you to feel love, unconditional love for yourself. Lots of compassion and kindness in this moment. Let the energy of love flow through your whole body as you breathe, helping you to feel safe, protected, appreciated, and loved. Just a couple more breaths here. And whenever you feel ready to remove the blanket behind your back, rest your entire spine all the way on the floor. That blanket can be now on the back of your head, so you are giving your neck a little support. If you have another blanket or towel, you can place it underneath your legs, or you can cover and put some weight of that blanket on top of your hips. That always brings a sense of safety, right? So whichever choice you went for, just adjust the body. Rest your hands by your side. Close your eyes and allow yourself to just rest. Feel your body fully relaxed. Try to keep the mind in the practice. This is your time to process, to sit with the discomfort, to sit with your sadness, to see how you feel in brutal honesty with lots of compassion. Whatever it is, let it be. Just let the sounds of this class sound healings vibrate through your whole body. Just imagine you're floating on a cloud or floating on the water or wherever it is that you feel safe. Safe, protected, and it feels effortless. Soften deeper and deeper with every breath out. Just 2 more rounds of breath. You can bring your hands into your belly and your chest. Feel the breath. And we're going to close this practice with a meditation laying on our back. So once again, make sure you feel comfortable on the shoulders, your spine, the neck, and the pelvis. And you're going to bend the knees and just keep the feet grounded so you feel a sense of connection to the earth through your feet. And then one hand, the left hand, bring it into the middle of your belly, above the navel, below the ribs, right in your solar plexus. And the right hand right in the center of your chest, in between the breasts. And for a moment, just notice how the breath moves your chest and how the skin presses into your hand. And how the gentle weight of your hand sinks down into the chest and belly as you exhale. And just notice that for a couple breaths. Now we're going to stretch the breath. So I'm going to count the breath and try your best to breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. When you're ready, take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Exhale 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause. Inhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Exhale 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause. Last one. Inhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Exhale 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause. Allow the breath to go back to normal. Notice your chest, notice your belly. Try not to manipulate the breath, just simply notice as the breath do what it does. Whenever your mind gets distracted, takes you off the practice, bring it back to the breath. Feel it in your hands, feel it in your belly. Feel it on your chest, feel it in your nose. Continue relaxing your body. Just letting the music, feel the vibration as you breathe. Just a couple more breaths in here. And as you keep your eyes closed, slowly reach the arms overhead and stretch the legs right in front of you down to the floor. Hug the knees to your chest. If you have a blanket on top of the hips, feel free to move it out to the side. And gently rock side to side. Do that very slowly, very with kindness. And then come all the way to your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow. Bend the knees in here. Stay on your right side with your eyes closed. And then slowly press and come into your comfortable seated. Once again, seated on a blanket if that feels right. Or 2 blankets. I'm just gonna close our practice with a little bit of awareness. Give yourself permission here to settle in awareness. As you keep your eyes closed, make sure you're sitting nice and tall. And pay attention to how you feel. Try to notice and observe without any judgment. And appreciate the subtle transformation of the practice in your body. Bring your hands on top of your chest so you can feel your heart and your breath. And just remember that you are still alive and feel gratitude for being alive. You might not feel the strength, the motivation or inspiration for anything right now, but rest assured your body loves you unconditionally as it keeps you alive one breath at a time, one heartbeat at a time. You have a mission, you have a purpose, you have a reason why you are here. Just enjoy the memories you have created with whatever no longer is in your life. Those memories will forever be treasure in your heart. Your palms together, a gentle reverence to seal the practice. Always with gratitude for our time to honor our practice, to calm down the mind, to breathe, and to move our bodies. Acknowledging emotions is not an easy, but is a very, very good, important, healthy step for your internal mental balance. So thank you for practicing with me. When you feel ready, you're welcome to open your eyes. Feel free to let me know how you feel after this practice. If you want to receive the recorded link of this practice, I'll be happy to send it to you right away after the class. It will be available for 7 days. And then after that, I'm going to add it to the on-demand collection. So thank you so much again for practicing with me today in this very special Yin-Restorative meditation practice. Be kind to yourself as you go through your grieving process. Have a good night. Thank you so much again. See you soon.